Hey everybody, this is KP Jackson. We're coming back at you with another episode of Fallout Shelter gameplay. This is episode 10, and what we're focusing on now is our endurance, our agility, and our perception. Alright, so the reason I'm focusing on those right now is for strength, you need that for your electrical rooms, for your power plants to generate power faster. And the faster you generate power, the faster you keep power, and you don't have rolling blackouts like we've had before. And you do that with the gym. The gym gives you strength training. So you'll see in here I have one tiny gym. I don't know why I built it that way. I should have expanded. I'll probably tear it down and build up a bigger gym later. The next one is perception. Your perception increases your water productivity in your water treatment plants, and you get that with an armory, and you'll see that later also. And then perception also gives you a better chance at hitting your target in combat, which is a good thing because the last thing you want is raiders or mole rats or death claws to come into your vault, and your people can't kill them fast enough. And then I'm also focusing on endurance, which increases your hit points and reduces your radiation, damage. But also one of the big things I'm focusing on is agility, and I'm doing that because other than making food faster, it increases your attack speed, which means you shoot faster and act faster when you're attacking. And all these come into play also when you go out to the wasteland. If you're in the waste, and you're losing a fight, if your character's losing a fight, while you have them out adventuring, if they're taking damage and they're not going to win, they have a better chance of running away. And then your perception out in the waste improves finding things like finding abandoned buildings and things like that. So you're out locating these other locations, and you can find more stuff within them. The endurance is a good thing because you get less radiation. You're outside of the vault, you're getting radiated. So you definitely want that if you don't have, rat away with you. And then the strength also comes into play while you're out there. It may affect the damage that's done by the guns to the opponents, but it also helps to pry open lockers and boxes and things like that while you're out and about traveling through the wastes. One thing that keeps popping up on me is this half price for all bundle. You can buy Mr. Handy bundles, you can buy lunchbox bundles, you can buy several different things to enhance your gameplay. So as you see, I got like 5 Mr. Handys. When I purchased it, it was like $3.99, and I did that just because I'll just leave this game playing, sitting here, and Mr. Handy, he goes back and forth collecting the supplies generated by each room. So he'll collect the electricity, the food, the water. He won't level up people. That'd be kind of a neat thing that Bethesda may want to put in there, where if he goes by your dwellers, he can tap your dwellers as he passes by. That way he can increase their level, and they can begin working on their next level up. Now, as you can see, some of my lower level people, the people who just became adults from baby dwellers, which takes like 3+ hours. I'm not exactly sure how long it takes because I've been playing this game for quite a while and it doesn't seem to be consistent. So maybe it's just my game. Maybe there's some weird glitch going on. But so what I'm doing is I'm taking those very low level people and I'm making sure to put them in to rooms like the fitness room and the gym and the armory, to work on those. Strength and agility and perception and things like that. That way I can make sure that they are usable or more useful as they gain level and as they quote-unquote get older, become older dwellers and gain levels and start being productive within my different rooms. From the last episode, you'll see one thing. A lot of my dwellers are now armed. A lot of the lower level dwellers are not, but the higher level ones are, and that's because, from the last episode, Craig came back with a handful of guns. I've sent him out a few times, he hasn't found anything, so I'm not really sure why he's having issues there. I'm hoping to build a game room here soon, but that takes like, I think 60 dwellers or something like that, and you can tell that I'm quite a bit away from there, and then that will actually increase my chances at finding more weapons and more outfits and more things like that. So the game room will definitely come into play later. I just keep forgetting to expand 3 wide. You'll see a lot of these rooms are 2 wide. And I'm not really sure why I did that. Make sure, if you're trying to increase morale, obviously I'm only at 85%, but I'm still trying to increase it. You can, rush rooms, and if they are successful, that can increase the morale of your people, your dwellers. Since my storerooms are full, I'm taking people out of my med bay and my science lab and putting them into rooms where I can increase their special stats, like their agility or their strength or their perception. And I'm doing that simply because I'm not sending anybody out yet, or I haven't sent anybody out again. I'm not under attack, so I'm not using up those stim packs, and I'm not using up the Radaway. So all my people pretty much have 100% health, no radiation. They have no radiation because I have water. Water is a huge thing when it comes to radiation in this game. So because I'm not using any of those people basically just keep filling up a full storage, and I haven't expanded my storage. So they're just creating items that are going to waste. So I'm putting them into these other rooms to work on their endurance or agility or strength and perception, since they can't really be useful right now in these other rooms. You'll see that as you upgrade rooms, their name changes. At first, when you start building diners, when you expand them, they become restaurants. And then as you expand those, they become a cafeteria. So that's the 3 levels: diner, restaurant, cafeteria. Just like the dwellings go from living, whatever, and then the final one is like barracks, something like that. They still only hold 6 people at a time, like when you're trying to grow your population. So it would be nice that if you increase them and you grew them and you upgraded them, that you could have more people in there trying to grow your population at one time. Now you'll see from time to time, obviously I'm clipping these scenes so that it's, when things are ready. Nobody wants to watch 3 hours of people just wandering around a vault. But you'll see that I keep checking the rooms where the special stats are increased to view the time left for each dweller until they reach their next level of increase, until they reach their next upgrade basically. And so that's what you're seeing. And, I'm making sure to upgrade rooms when I have the caps available. Sent Mr. Handy out. He came back with nothing for some reason. So not really sure what's going on with that. So I'm sitting at about 1,000 caps right now. Got power, got most water, have food, which is great. So it's keeping people happy. So I was asked a question on why we need charisma. And you get charisma by creating a lounge. And the reason why you want it, I obviously don't have one yet, but if you're trying to increase your population, having higher charisma allows your users to, or allows your dwellers to hook up faster, for lack of a better word. And then it also makes the pregnancy quicker. So you're producing dwellers faster, and it's not taking the full 3 hours to make that happen. one thing you do have the option for is assigning people to rooms, and you don't necessarily have to just click on the gear to view all the rooms. You can use this little clipboard in each room and kind of scroll through each user, finding the best suited dweller for your particular room. It's kind of more difficult if you hit the gear in the top left corner, which just shows you all 40 people, and then you have to try and locate that particular dweller and then put them in the room. This way, you can choose the clipboard and then select the dweller, and they'll leave wherever they currently are and head to that particular room that you want them to work in. All right, well, it's about time to send Craig out again. He's got some different skills, some strength, some perception, some more endurance, some agility, and so I'm going to send him out to do some more looking around. My stores are still full, so I'm going to send him with a bunch of stim packs and a bunch of Radaway. Last time he died, he didn't use any of the Radaway. He just had gotten attacked, so hopefully these improved skills will make it so he, doesn't die out in the waste, because he's expensive to revive. I mean, at that time he was 1,000 caps. He's gained several levels, some different skills now, and I know the higher the level, the more the skills, the higher the caps it takes to revive people. Right, everybody. This brings day 10 to a close. As always, make sure that you guys like, subscribe, comment, share. If you have any recommendations, anything you want to see, anything like that, shoot me a message on YouTube and I'll try to respond, and I'll hopefully be able to fulfill that need. Thanks and have a great day.